My last two kids were leaving the home, and for the first time in a long while, I found myself alone.
Got my toolbox. This used to be my dad's toolbox.
I felt the world open up to new possibilities. I would definitely call it a journey. My story started when my father ran away from home to a far-off land called Morocco. I was born on a naval base on the island of Puerto Rico. I grew up a military brat. This meant every few years we packed up and moved to anywhere my father had orders to. This was the only life I knew since the day I was born. There were many challenges growing up. I mostly remember my father telling me that this was an opportunity to start over, to turn over a new leaf when no one knew who I was. My parents ended up divorcing. We lived with my dad when my father was a single dad. He took us out country dancing and he gave me my first shot at tequila. Because my father was in the Navy, I always grew up near an ocean in different parts of the world. As a kid, we had the privilege to travel to many places, and my father instilled in me at a young age a love for the outdoors. I have a skin condition called vitiligo, and I didn't feel comfortable in my skin. A lot of times I was bullied. My father eventually remarried again. And let's just say he didn't have good taste in women. They were both mean to my sister and I. We ran away from home. I ended up living in a foster home. During 9/11, I was being told to prepare to leave my child when they turned 6 weeks old. I had PTSD and lived my life in fear.
You can't just put this log on and then light it. It's not going to light. You got to build up to it. Kind of like a orgasm.
After the last two of my children left house,
A van.
I moved into my van full time. I also live out of my backpack.
God bless the child. Yeah, I was born on the north side.
First aid kit.
Short side, Golden Gate Bridge, where I lived for a short while. Till my parents split up. Then I had to get up. I had to get up, get out, find out what it was about. Sometimes it made me scream and it made me wanna shout. There was so much anger, pain, hatred, and doubt. Had to find a way for my soul to break out. At first my soul search started in church, but soon I realized why that wouldn't work. It was a
As I've been traveling around and experiencing as much as I can, I always think about my father. When my father passed away, he had only $28 in his wallet, a list of bills, and an even longer list of dreams.
I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm learning.
It feels like a dead person is hanging on my back and trying to drag me back, drag me down. I'm rushing to set up my tent right now. There's a storm coming in. You can't be in the wilderness without a tent. That's your shelter. I have lived in such a colorful life. I've learned how to adapt and survive in so many situations throughout my life. I hope I can bring my story, my light, and my energy to the show.
Are you stuck up a tree, Nora?
Out to teach class. Just saying hi. I survived. Look at my hair. My hair didn't.